But, all right, so welcome to episode 79 of Theater School Rejects. Once again, joined by @CrashRyan.
Under surveillance of the Burbank Police Department.
Hey, we didn't do anything wrong this time. And we just got out of Hooters where the waitress tolerated our presence more than usual. There was hints of genuine friendliness.
Yeah. They were marginally kind.
And I'm like, they keep coming back. And I'm like, yeah, hot girl spitting in my food is the most action I've had all week. And that's going in my set. And by all week, I mean the last 2 months. That's not revenge. That's foreplay. Show them. How many times I spit in his root beer? That's why he keeps ordering 4 of them. @CrashRyan orders 4 root beers at Hooters every time.
Root beers are delicious. I don't really drink soda except in certain circumstances, so.
Like crack. Anyway, which I think it's fine. But the waitress was like in a to-go cup, and you're like,
Subtle.
I'm like, yeah, we'll do that. Let's not piss them off more than we have to. But wait, so you always get the what? The Parmesan honey or something like that? No.
Parmesan garlic.
And how is that?
Garlic. That's actually more Parmesan than it is garlic. I wish it was more garlic than it was Parmesan.
I think you probably asked for it to be one or the other.
Yeah.
Although again,
How much fucking anger do I really want to?
again, drawing attention to ourselves, I think I agree with you. But I think it's interesting that you go to and get wings, which they have other sauces. It's true, but I'm like, I'll get the buffalo sauce original, and even that is awful because really what I want is mild. But I hate to tell the Hooters chick, yeah, I'll have the mild sauce. I am peer pressured.
I got over that. I had a friend.
That's just a word for it, like mild. I don't want to be out ordering mild.
Growing up, I had a friend who, their family ate Southern food, super hot. And another friend who's Indian, obviously their food is also super hot. I got into chili eating contest with both of them.
Oh no, you learned a lesson.
Yeah, I got to one chili. I'm like, fuck me. And they were cleaning the jar out.
Oh man.
I was like, you know what? I'm cool with it. I'm not as tough as you guys. It's fine. My mom's Norwegian. Everything tastes like potatoes.
I'm I'm okay with myself.
Yeah.
No, but
I ain't got nothing to prove.
But have you seen I don't think you watch wrestling, but there's the Cultaholic and What Culture Wrestling, and they would have these predictions for the events, and they'd have punishments, and one of the punishments was eating super hot chilies, and you see the guy just puking after the 3rd chili.
Oh.
And they film these videos. I stopped watching and started puking, but I'm like, because they know their audience.
Right.
The punishment videos get more hits than the actual videos. We can go up this way. It's cool. I gotta remember the ideas. I very much want to make a dating video of offering people the chance to co-parent a VW bus. You can marry into that estate. You can't buy the VW bus, but you can marry into it. I'm saying it again because I want to remind myself to actually put this plan in action. I had another idea with Richard. It's kind of flashback where we were talking about it, and I had the idea that Leia didn't want to get free. She wasn't choking Jabba to kill him. It was a sex game. He's like, choke me. She's like, I don't know. Choke me, woman. Harder.
I did actually like Carrie Fisher's response, because there was this big thing about slave Leia wasn't really that great of a whatever, so they asked her about it. So do you think that was maybe a bad
for feminism kind of thing? I think that's something like that, yeah.
And she goes, yeah, that dude, that slimy ass dude put me in a weird fucking ultra sexy costume and chained me up. And you know what I did? I choked the fucker to death. How much do you want to?
Well, I thought it was going to go a different direction. I thought it was but he was the producer.
No, she was just
No, I'm saying, but that weird dude who chained her up, that's actually Steven Spielberg. But what can
Lucas.
What can I do? It was his movie.
Yeah.
No, she's fun. Well, she was fun.
Yeah.
I saw her on an episode of 8 out of 10 Cats right before she died, and she's seeing her in a place where she can cut loose
Right.
was really fun. She talked about like she didn't want to go visit Nixon in the White House, but she had to because her mom threatened to cut her allowance. And one of the comedians, this Irish comedian, asked her like, "Wait, this is before Star Wars, yes. So why were you invited to the White House?" She's like, "My mom was famous."
Right.
But the person had no idea who her mom was. You know.
Debbie Allen. You see like early Debbie Allen, you actually start to go like, oh, I see it. She was. You can see that like they grew up very different though.
Yeah. Well, just but like. But just a look at Carrie Fisher's face. My mom was kind of famous. How about that? How about a great argument like that with your mom? I don't want to go to the White House. Nixon's corrupt. You'll go, or you're not. I'll cut your allowance. You're not. Your credit cards are cut off to Macy's.
I saw a picture today where it was one of those side-by-sides, and it showed Trump holding the Patriots helmet, and it showed
Oh, Obama with all the signatures on it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, so I want to, well, I guess I'll talk about, we just went to a restaurant, so I was in court today,
Right.
and I'm like, okay. And then I went to grab some food, and I have an hour and a half between when court closes and court opens.
Right.
So I threw my suit jacket, my suit, my tie, my shirt, and I'm walking around like sleeveless with this orange sweatshirt.
Right.
And I go to a restaurant and I go to order and then the Coke and the waitress comes over and I'm like, I know what a fucking homeless looking dude I am. So I go to put my credit card on the table,
Right.
and I don't have my credit card, and I'm like, fuck. So I grab the $5 books. I had like $7 in cash. I'm like, here's a $5 for the soda, and I'm gonna go. And she's like, no, it's fine. You can have some mozzarella wedges. I'll bring them over. And I'm like, does she believe that my credit card is or is this just charity for the homeless dude? No, man, it's okay. We'll feed you, homeless dude.
Occasionally, I would get that where I'm like sitting waiting for a friend to get out of work or something like that. Someone would buy just shake hands for $5. Like, I'm not. Oh god damn
I usually play a saxophone for this.
it! I usually have to perform for this kind of shit.
And I got out of work about 3 o'clock, and I walked out there, and I didn't want to take a chance on it, so I kept on my tie and my suit, and I walked back in, and I'm like, here. And she's like, still don't worry about it. She's like, still it's fine. I'm like, no, run the card. And like, I left her a tip. I left her a good tip, like a $5 tip on like a $17 bill, but like, I'm like, I appreciate what you did. And I thought, like, if I want to like, do like one of those things of like, no one watching, like,
Right.
you go in there and do that, and then like you come back and be like, you were a good person. Here's $300.
Right.
You were shitty. Now everyone in the world knows it.
It was what would you do?
Yeah, I hate those fucking things. I hate the idea of like morality should not be based on there might be a hidden camera.
Right.
Like that shit in China where they track all your decisions, and your ability to leave the country is based on that.
That's crazy shit.
But not going there. But anyway, that was my story for today. I was like, but I just like I'm in court. I get out of court and I'm like, I got an hour and a half. Suit jacket, shirt, and suddenly I'm in a sleeveless T-shirt if it's warm enough. I'm like, I swap out my regular glasses for mirror shades. From lawyer to homeless in 30 seconds. Homeless chic. Obviously, I've become homeless, but like my fashion sense,
Right.
which is
I
only
figured the biggest time I've ever gone, like, I need to fucking change my look. But I was coming off work at the special effects shop,
yeah,
so, you just look fucking grimy because you're doing grimy shit.
yeah.
But I was waiting for a bus because my bus wasn't working. And this dude comes up and goes, "You're working to get some meth." Not even do I know. Like,
No, you're the guy to go to.
yeah. She's like, "What's the last fat meth addict you saw, dude? Come on."
That's a good point, strong point.
I don't know where to get fucking. I gotta change my look.
Well, I think Rich had a fucking meth habit for a while. which he has not been shy about addressing. So I think he managed to keep the weight, unlike so many other.
Ride the snake.
Trade teeth for weight loss.
I actually, I lived for a couple months with meth heads who had tried to steal my bus a couple months prior to that.
You mentioned that you were in a situation trying to get away from the meth heads and sneak away.
Yep.
We're slowly but surely untangling the onion that is Crash Ryan's mysterious past. Summer of the meth heads. The summer of meth.
Yeah. Well, prior to that, I was living in a projection booth in a movie theater.
Wait, in what age is this roughly?
In my 20s.
Okay. But you still had the bus.
Yeah.
How did you end up living in a projection booth?
Because I lost my place.
And that was your job, you're a projectionist?
Yep.
My buddy, I mentioned Brian Sutow, he's on my Facebook friend. He also was a projectionist at one point, and he got I know like 2 a.m. to see like the first reel of like, or the first time viewing of Austin Powers. He's like, before they show it to anybody, let's come here, we'll watch it at 2 a.m. Which apparently is the cool side of being a projectionist,
yep.
And the downside is literally everything else.
Actually, that's a great job. It's just fucking. It was right about the time polyester film came out, so
okay.
That shit never broke.
You can go this way. Oh, we'll turn around. Wait, let's turn around and go towards your place, because it's about that time. For those of you following, you don't know where we're going, but whatever direction we're going is toward at Crash Ryan's house. So I try and keep plugging at Twitter, man. You're gonna get followers.
I got 1 extra follower recently. I was like, what the fuck? All right.
Well, I saw my YouTube channel went from 41 to 43 subscribers. I was so happy. I'm like, whoa! We're getting towards 50.
Excuse me.
That's what happened. 4 root beers, dude.
Yeah. No, also that sandwich, whatever that is, but not sandwich.
Well, yeah. It wasn't good today. Like it was actually better last week in the Exile to the Patio. They gave a pretty shitty sandwich today.
My fries weren't cold though, so step up.
And they were never my side of coleslaw this time. So I think the waitressing was better, but the cooking was worse.
Right.
One day you guys get all together, but we'll keep coming back until you stop spitting in our food, and then we're out. If we can't get spit from the hot girl, we don't see a point.
That Barney's or whatever, they have a chimichanga.
Barney's? Oh, the Beanery.
Yeah.
I think they have trivia on Thursday nights.
That's raucous.
I like trivia nights. I like where knowing things matters in some way.
It's never trivia about shit I know anything about.
Occasionally it is. It's not often a huge intersection, but there's moments when there's things I know that no one else at the table knows, and it's useful. That makes me feel good.
I don't think I'm ever going to go into a bar and it's like, categories are avant-garde jazz, air-cooled Volkswagens, The Shadow.
Well, yeah, but occasionally, like I imagine science and literature you clean up at.
Not as much as you think.
And I used to run a pub quiz, and I would have like a mythology section because we have different rounds. I'd be like, okay, in this round, Greek mythology, and I have like a literature round. So like, oh man. And then, do you know how they have those the automatic bar trivia?
Right. The televised thing, or whatever.
Yeah. And they used to have on Wednesdays, like from 8 to 9, they had a vocabulary-based one. And I was like, that's my jam. And I was like, number 5 in the country. I was like, they can't take that away from me.
I always think of trivia as the way people find out I'm not as smart as they think I am. Because I get that thing like, oh, you should be great at trivia. And I was like, dude, it's not going to happen. And then like, it happened. We go to a trivia night, and I don't really know fucking half that shit.
Well,
and there was that look of disappointment, like, oh.
See, I don't know. See, I would back you in a Mensa test. I don't know if you get it. Well, I went terribly wrong with this with Veronica, because I was like, I don't know if you get in, but I think it was scoring top 10%. And she didn't, and she was very pissed at me about that. I don't know what she actually scored.
Actually, no.
She would not share her score with anybody,
right.
So no one knows. Like, maybe she did score top 10%, but that was not kind of... I think she said no when I asked her that. But she would not go into any more detail. but I think you would score a top 10% on a standardized IQ test.
I will tell you unequivocally I will not.
Well,
This
then-
is the story. I was sent to private schools between the 5th grade and 7th grade.
Okay, I believe that.
And in the
On,
7th
on,
grade,
on a racing scholarship?
yeah, they did not like my racing actually. They stole my hat, man. I had a hat with a bunch of track records on it, and they stole it.
Who stole it? The people, the students, or the teachers?
Teachers.
Fucking teachers.
Yeah. He said, "You're hiding behind your hat," and I was like, "No, I'm not combing my hair. You like pin my problem down, damn it! Don't fucking."
Well, to
you're
an extent,
overthinking that
you were
shit.
hiding your hair problems with the hat, but they thought you were hiding your social anxiety, which I'm willing to bet you were too.
No, I was just didn't want to comb my hair.
Well, you're saying you were not experiencing social anxiety?
No, I was a little braggy kid. It's not like I was a race car driver.
Maybe that's where your anxiety comes from.
Uh,
If they had let you keep your hat, you'd be normal and well adjusted now.
yeah.
We like to
But,
imagine that. Let's imagine that there's a world where Ryan's hat was not taken, and that Ryan is a fucking king.
Right.
He's popular with the women. Yeah, he's muscular.
But so I didn't get along. Like there were religious schools, and I was quickly becoming an atheist because nothing they told me made sense.
Right.
And I was didn't get along with those kids. And like, that's fine. You don't have to get along with every fucking person you meet. We're put together arbitrarily. I don't have to like these people. But they kept kind of fucking diagnosing this as a problem. And so I would get sent to.
Which way?
Well, let's not go. Let's.
That way? That's right, because we can't until we're finished.
And so I would get sent to like, child psychologists and shit like that. And I'd have like 1 or 2 sessions, and the psychologist would go like, "What? He's a kid. Fucking nothing wrong with him."
Wait, so teachers referred you or your parents referred you?
Teachers would refer me.
Because they're like, you got a problem.
Yeah.
All right, and so where is this going to?
So I took a test, like a proctored
IQ
like-
test.
Yeah. And
You got your score.
my parents never told me the score. They said, "Oh, we don't want you to get arrogant." But they pulled me out of private school, put me back in public school, and told me to start practicing my saxophone. Pretty sure
You did not do
I came off a dumbass in that test.
Well, but well, it was a test. You're a kid. I think you should take another test. Well, then you would know.
I don't.
Well, okay. I don't know. I mean, I had different experiences, but
Right.
like based on my, like, I remember I was at prep school, Naval Academy Preparatory School when I first heard about Mensa, and so
Right.
I was about 18, going on 19. So because I was my 18th, 19 year, and no, was I no? Let's say I was 19, and like I never heard of it before, but like it was like an advertisement for like a puzzle thing, and,
Right.
and this girl told me about it, and I was like, as soon as I find a place, I'm gonna take that test and be a part of it. And then like once I didn't go to any events or anything or any groups, because I didn't want to like interact with them. I just wanted to
Just
be.
more that validation.
Yeah, that's all I wanted, and I never was, and I was only like tangentially worried about failing it. Like it was just like it's like a thing. I'm just gonna go and grab it.
Right.
And but then like when my social circle imploded, and like I need to find meaning elsewhere and validation elsewhere, and suddenly I started going to events and met some people who became like close to lifelong friends.
Right.
And but it was also cool. Like I could go to some strange city and just look up Mensa events and meet people. I might not like them, but I'm meeting people in a strange city. And that's not bad. But this is where it's the dilemma.
Well,
I don't believe in inborn qualities.
right.
What I mean is, obviously they exist. What I'm saying is, people are not better because they're better looking in
Right.
an inborn sense. Like I can respect working out and being an athlete. You created that body.
Right.
And to a certain extent, you hone your intellect by your reading and your what you do by your
Getting
studying.
the world,
Yeah, because like you can be smart, but if you're not using it or learning it or not honing it, you're just coasting by your birthright. But I've gotten a lot of stuff achievement just by being smart, not simply what I've read or anything, just by being smart. And I go to a group that's nothing but celebrating a genetic accident, and like it's like a tall person's club. And I'm just like, that creates a dilemma for me because I don't want to judge people better because of just some random genetic thing. But I do like smarter people. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate like 85% of the people I meet in Mensa. But like, so I'm just saying it creates a tension between what I feel I should judge people for and how I actually judge people. And I also, like, I realize it does not make you a better person to be pretty. You can be, it doesn't make, because the halo effect. Oh, they must be good and nice. No, they're shitty, mean-spirited, Machiavellian. But I do like pretty girls better than ugly girls. Given my druthers.
I think that there's no, like, I think part of the reason why I've never, because I think my parents have actually offered to tell me what the test score was. I'm like, I don't fucking care anymore. But, like, there's no good answer. There's no, like, you know, if I take some sort of fucking test, like, and the dubious nature of intelligence tests to begin with.
Right, yeah, sure.
And if I take some sort of test and, like, I find out what I feel is I'm not actually all that smart, I'm a fucking regular ass dude, then I'm all like, eh. Or if I do find out that, like, I am smart, and they're like, well, what have I done with that? Like, so then that's disappointing. I'm like, fine, I don't want, there's no good answer to that.
At this point, there isn't, right?
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, what do you do with that knowledge? Like, oh, I'm, you know, according to this test and this weird measure, I'm smarter than the average bear. Like, now what? Like, what do I fucking put on a t-shirt? What am I supposed to do with that information?
Well, they actually do make shirts.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very easy to buy a shirt. But I mean, like, well, that's also a thing. Like we talked about, like last time, with people who lie about having my job.
Right.
Is that I was on a Greyhound bus, and this dude starts picking up this girl I'm sitting next to, talking about he's got 160 IQ.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I just knew he was lying. Like, you could listen to him. I know what smart people sound like. And I'm like, and first off, like, my IQ is measured like 133, and I'm in Mensa, and that's the top 2%.
Right.
Like, what, you know?
That's
and not only that is, I mean, like, I have some dispute about the measurements. I took a test on like 2 hours sleep, so I went to a club first. That's me. But like, but I also like compete. You know, you do games and stuff.
Right.
And I know I'm one of the smarter guys in that club. And I'm like, dude, you're not 25 points IQ. But it was working.
Yeah.
Like, him lying about being a genius was once again far more effective than actually being a genius. And like, no one who is that smart uses it. I mean, I've met people who are super smart. They're incredibly awkward. They're not good at picking up people, and they certainly don't drop it 2 sentences in. I bet
I kind of, in a way, I like that. Cause like they're too dumb to know what the scale is, so they just pick a number that sounds good.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, yeah, I'm Einstein, by the way, on a fucking Greyhound bus.
Yeah. So, like, you know.
But it works, and that pisses me off. Like, I get lying about something, but lying shouldn't be more effective about the truth.
That is one of the nicer things about when
I mean, like, I'll say, like, lying obviously is more effective than telling the truth. I want to be clear on that. Obviously, it's what lying is for. I don't lie, but I'm saying clearly misrepresenting things can be good, but that misrepresentation should not be more effective than the actual representation.
Right.
It's like, you being a billionaire should be better than some dude slumming on fucking First Avenue in Burbank saying he's a billionaire.
That is one of the things I liked about when I was trying to be a musician versus the stuff I'm doing now. Where if I said I played the saxophone, like, that was an easily provable thing.
Right, yeah.
Like, I can either play the saxophone or I can't. You know, if I tell people I'm a writer, like, everyone's a fucking writer. Who cares?
Oh, I have a good story on this. I always have a good story, right?
Yeah.
Well, because, like, it reminded me of, you've seen home movies, right?
I love that show.
So, and Coach McGurk says, carry a guitar everywhere. He's like, and he goes, could you play guitar? He goes, no. I'd always say my tendons are hurting. My wrist tendons are sore. And so, like, and then Brendan carries a guitar. He goes, you want to play me a song? He goes, my wrist tendons are sore. He goes, you're learning. Good kid. And so on that kind of logic, I at the Rocky Horror Picture Show, everybody like pretended to be some kind of like super martial artist, right?
Oh yeah.
And like I actually started like a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu club where I was teaching people submission grappling, and we would grapple, and we would totally do submission wrestling, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like in the park from like 11 to midnight, which is a source of other stories.
Right.
But there was this black dude who was called Trucks, and he was like about 5'10", but built like super wide, like 230 pounds, and just strong as he looked. Like he just had these biceps that were bigger than my head. And so he goes up to this one dude who's a Ren Fair dude, and he goes, "Hey, you want to fight?" He goes, "No, man, I would kill you. I know, like I studied karate for 20 years, and I only use it like to take a, if my life's on the line." And he went to some other dude, same story, like 3 people all gave him the same story, And like, oh, I know I'm a black belt in this. My weapons are, I can't do that. My weapons are registered as dangerous weapons. All that's just the incredible stupid bullshit you hear like among like 14-year-olds being told by people in their 30s, like late 20s, late 30s at the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And he comes up to me and he goes, well, he doesn't come up to me, but he's walking, and knowing he would kick my ass.
Right.
I understand. There is no thought in my mind where I would win.
Right.
I said, "Fuck it, Trucks. You want to fight somebody? I'll fight you. We'll go down to the park and we'll roll." And because I had been teaching the jiu-jitsu, I had a reputation. And he's like, "No, Doug, I don't want you to kick my ass." And I felt so good that he thought I would win. But like of all these people who were just so full of shit, but wouldn't fight him. And I'm just like, fuck, I can get my ass kicked one more time. Fight. You want to fight somebody? We'll go. And he's like, "I don't want to fight you." Because I know, I got a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I had like 14 cage fights where I went 1-13. Like I'm not pretending I was better than I was, but I knew enough to teach people, and I tapped out people who were like twice my size on a regular basis, and he's like, "I want you to kick my ass," and I'm like, "All right, dude, I offered, man." But knowing there was no doubt in my mind, I want you to understand, there is no doubt, because part of what makes wrestling work is
your ability to overpower.
It will gain off balance.
Right.
And the center of gravity of someone who's like 5'10" and 250 pounds, there's not much tricks I can do. It's a hard counter. It's like anti-gravity technology to graviton.
That is my secret power, is I'm a weeble wobble. You can knock me over, but I don't fall down. Because I am stout and 5'10", I weigh a lot, and I have very short legs. All my fucking weight is centered like below my waist.
I had one dude who was working security at Rocky, and also worked the lights, and he showed up, and like his friends were there, and some of my friends came by, and like we rolled, and the first time we rolled, I caught him in a rear naked choke and tapped him out, and it was the first set, and like then we rolled 12 times more, and I lost every once. I was like, "I caught you that one time," but because it was the first time, I went like, "Man, look at that. He knows some shit." And then next 12 times, just bam, bam, my ass was whooped.
Yeah.
But like I
already told my karate story on the podcast, I think.
You have. Well, this is 28 minutes, but just again of people who will not admit and have to try and create this like fake mysterious. It's like if you're a real I never met a real martial artist who declined to fight. Never met anyone who's any good who would not put it to the test.
I think he didn't care.
Well, but like spar, they would refuse to spar. Not necessarily beat people up because they're not violent. A lot of those guys are very. But I've never seen anyone turn down sparring or an opportunity to teach.
Right.
Like okay, and we're getting towards. So yeah, it was like we're getting like 20 half an hour in. But it was like, but that disprove a fact is like if you ask someone to do it and they refuse to do the thing they say they're super good at.
Right.
They're probably not good at it. In that reference to Coach McGurk and his wrist tendon. But Coach McGurk was owning it. That was the fun part. He was like, obviously, I don't know how to play guitar. Look at me, Brendan. You think I got here in life by being good at something? Improvising Coach McGurk dialogue.
That was pretty spot on, man.
I do love home movies.
That is one of the greatest cartoons ever.
I was looking on home movies trying to find... what was I looking for? Landstander. I saw something like D&D related, and I was trying to find the clip of where they make the movie Landstander, and couldn't find it. But somebody apparently there was a DVD Easter egg,
right?
Where like there was a Landstander choose your own adventure game.
Oh wow!
It's on YouTube. If you look, I'll try. I can say the link, but if you look for it, Lance Stander home movies,
Nice.
and like it has like encounters. It's all static. Like it's there's no. It's not like an actual like movie or anything. It's just they create static cards and situations where like you face monsters, and if you make the wrong choice, it kills you.
That paint fade looks like he just landed like the biggest fucking bird shit on this car.
I can't see it. Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what is that? What causes that?
It's just oxidization or whatever.
It just happens to be in that spot.
Yeah. But just not like.
It does look like a giant.
Yeah.
Like a pterodactyl pooped on it. All right, I think we're in the spot. I will catch you next week for more podcasting.
Sure. Maybe Richard will actually show up.
I don't think he's ever going to show up. All right, what lesson can we learn from our podcast today?
Fake martial arts.
And fake musicians.
Fake musicians.
Have you come across that? Other people who like say they're a musician and you're like, hey, can we play something? Or here's my sax.
No, what usually happens is that we're very different kinds of musicians. Because I went to school.
But you've had to run across fake musicians, right?
No, I've run across people who no, I wouldn't even say that. Like I said, I went to school, so I read music and I like. But there's people who just sort of taught themselves and they play by ear and whatever else. And we can't play together because I don't.
But no one fake or pretentious. No one who can't back it up.
No, because I don't think they would. I don't think that when you get to that point where I'm putting the saxophone together, like let's play, and like I don't, you know.
But I'm saying you haven't in your life encountered the pretentious guy at a party who talks music but can't actually play.
No, I think I don't. It might just be that I just don't care. Like if someone claims something, like
you don't follow up on it.
It doesn't matter to me. Like if you're lying to me about your shit, I don't get a medal for figuring out you're wrong.
No, it's like I didn't piss all over that guy's thing about that IQ thing, but like it just bothered me. Yeah. Well, actually, I may have said you're lying. I don't know.
But to me, it's like I feel like there's something going on with that person that like isn't my business. I guess I don't know.
You're like too zen, dude. You're like I cannot be bothered by the stupidity of those around me. Your fakeness has no bearing on my life.
It comes with the bus, man. You just kind of chill out after a while.
You're just like I own a VW bus, man. I don't need your shit. Yeah. Which is the basis of our upcoming video. You can't buy it, but you can marry it. All right. So that's the end of. Like, you can't buy it, but you can marry it. Is episode 78 tagline.